Good night, everyone. Good night, good night, good night. Karen Cecilia here. It was supposed to be a YouTube live, but anyway. Good night. Nobody? Yep. No. Oh. Nobody. All right. Looks like it's me alone tonight talking to myself. Not that that would be strange, because I truly am in a habit of talking to myself, and I do that loudly sometimes. Good night, everyone. Good night. Oh, we have 2 people watching. Good night, good night, good night. All right, while you come on, could you just go share the live? I think everybody expecting the live on YouTube, but that won't work out. So share the live, invite some people to come on, and let's get to it. Let's see if we can set this up a little bit. Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, Nadine. How are you, my dear? I can't get the hang of this YouTube thing, and for me to go on YouTube requires a little bit more advanced technological knowledge, something which I do not possess, and I'm not ashamed to say that I do not have that advanced technological knowledge. So we are stuck with Facebook until we can get to the Happy New Year, Ruel. Happy New Year to you, my dear. I was kind of waiting until other people come on before I said Happy New Year. I will, sir, Forbes. I will. We will talk tomorrow. Absolutely, definitely. Wayne, we will talk tomorrow. We'll call you. Good night, everyone. Can you share the live? Share the live, invite some people, invite some PMP people, and let us get to it. Let us see if we can talk about some things tonight. And I made me a list. I have me a whole 1, 2, 3, a 4-page document, which we will start with. Boy, I hope we can get through everything tonight. We have a couple of things that we need to get through tonight, and I hope that we can get through them tonight. I apologize to all the people who are looking for me on YouTube. My apologies. This YouTube thing is far more sophisticated than I had imagined. And I know you all who are more sophisticated about technology more than me is going to tell me, no, it's not. It is to me. All right? It is way more sophisticated than I thought. So how was everyone? Did everyone have a good Christmas? Did you all eat and drink enough and do all the kind of things enough? It was a good Christmas, wasn't it? Well, for me, Christmas is always good because I have a different thing about Christmas. Maybe I don't think I'm unique or special, but Christmas is the birth of Christ, and family and togetherness and eating and drinking and having a good time, celebrating the birth of the Christ child. Can you just call up some people and let us get the ball rolling? I anticipate I'm going to do a lot of talking tonight, so I brought my onion and my lime, and I'm going to be, feeding my throat so that I can say some things that I have to say tonight. And thank you for joining me. All right, let me just look at the comment. Hey, Mary, hope you're feeling much better, baby. I hope you're feeling much better. Bless you. So share the live and come and join us, please. Just share the live and come join us. I was looking forward to this YouTube thing, but apparently YouTube did nothing with me. My YouTube not agree right now. So I'm counting on you to share it with somebody and invite them to come on and watch. Share the live, please. Michelle Stern, are you here? It's been a while. How are you, my brother, Mr. Purple? It's been a while, isn't it? Yes, Mary, it's been a while. Glad to see you, Mr. Purple. Happy New Year to you all. Very Happy New Year. I wish for you all only the good things that you wish for yourself. And I pray that God will continue to bless you all and fill you with all the blessings that you ask Him for, and even some that you have not asked Him for. So bless you all for that. But as I said, I got me 4 pages of stuff here. Looks like a lot, but it really isn't a lot. But it is a lot, you know. All right, Michelle, share this on my page. Share it around, Michelle, please. And let's bring some people on and see if we can get the ball rolling. This is the very first live for 2024. And I bless the name of the Lord. I thank God for His blessings and His mercies and how good He has been. Socialist Jeannie, good evening. Good night to you too, Evan. Happy New Year to you too as well and your family. Happy New Year, Douglas. Happy New Year to you all. And I mean a happy and a safe New Year to you all. I was hoping to do this on YouTube, but apparently my YouTube not agree. We don't even know some my YouTube vex, but we don't agree, so that will happen tonight until my YouTube agree back. Nah, it's me. I don't. The technology getting ahead of me, so you have to see it with me tonight. It's our very first live. We want to get through it as quickly as we can. I don't want to bore you to death. There are some things that we just need to talk about, and I have a whole host of things that I want to get through. And maybe it is fitting to start first and foremost with Mark Golden, with Mark Golden, What's It Not? So Mr. Mark named his What's It Not, or his break front. Some people call it cabinet. Don't look to me like a cabinet. How many of you remember what cabinet looks like? Tell me. How many of you remember what? Because my mother had a cabinet. Neat little thing with all the fine crockery them looking. When you look through it, when you shine down that glass and look at those crockery in there. How many of you remember what a cabinet looks like? Shine and pretty and nice to look at, because that is what cabinet should look like. So Mark Golden named his break front, and to me, I'm not going to say much about his personnel in his break front, because I had this live set up in my mind for a couple of weeks now in terms of what I want to say. And So therefore, I'm not going to spend much time on the WhatsApp, but I want to mention a few things, talk about a few things on the break front, the what's it not, the what you can call it, the what, you know? And it is sad, this is a very sad thing, when an opposition leader names a shadow cabinet. That shadow cabinet of personnel are presumed to be the people who will be government ministers and junior ministers should he become prime minister of the country. That is my understanding of what a shadow cabinet is. So when we didn't contest the 1980, was it 83 elections, yeah? And Michael Manley named the shadow cabinet, them shine and pretty. And that was the government. Those are people who formed the government when we won in 89. You would think that once you're going to name a shadow cabinet, you're going to think it through and you're going to look at your best people. And Mark Golden did use the word talent. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. And I want to start with that because that will lead to eventually to where I want to get, where I want to talk to you. But first, I want to say something to the PMP delegates. Because from the beginning of my first live, the first live I did last a year ago or so, a little over a year ago, my lives have always been directed at the delegates, the members, the voters, the supporters of the People's National Party. The lives have always been directed at you. Occasionally I go off and go do other things, true, but it has always been about informing you, scolding you, holding you to account, reminding you of what your job is as a delegate, as a member of the People's National Party, as a worker of the People's National Party. My job have always been to remind you, to tell you, to scold you, and to hold you accountable for that job that you have fallen down on. And when I saw Mark Golden break front, the only thing that came to my mind immediately was what you, the PMP delegates, did. Now, we're not going to litigate it again. We're not going through it again. I'm not going to litigate again. I'm not going to beat you up tonight about it. But it came to my mind. So this is the result of what you have done. The decision you took in 2020 to elect this man and handed Norman Manley Party to him. And that is what it is, and this is where it reached. So you have to take the responsibility for it. And I'm beating you up because you have taken some responsibility and you have done some things, which is where we're going to go tonight and point out to you why it was inevitable for Mark Golden to do this. It was inevitable. There was no way he was going to do something different because he has not been able to do anything different. So let's look at him. The title of the live tonight is All the President's Men and Women. And that is the people who are behind Mark Golden, beside Mark Golden, in his space, him and them. These are the people he's rewarding. That is the title of the live tonight. That's really what I want to talk about. All the President's Men. I'm going to talk about them. We're going to talk about the President's Men. We're going to talk about him. We're going to talk about Dayton Campbell, Peter Bunting, and yes, we're going to reach the Silvera thing. And we're going to dig deep into the Silvera thing. We're going to call up the PMP people them. Call them up. When I hear what some of the political pundits had to say about Mark Golden breakfront, that was not surprising to me either. You look at them and all you see is a lackadaisical group of people who are uninspiring. Very uninspiring. Them can't inspire nobody. But even some of the authentic PMP inside there who has wrapped themselves around Mark Golden, even them finding it difficult to inspire people. I remember when Natalie Nita can inspire a PMP crowd, and Natalie Nita show up, she still can inspire a PMP crowd. Her star have been, stifled a little bit because she's in there. Senator Donna Scott, Damien get fee him seat and in the one side trying to build that seat, and he should do that. Stay there, stay quiet, build him seat, yeah. There's Jolyan, and there are a few others. I truly like, what's her name, Janice Allen, and there are a few others. But I look at the likes of, for example, Wavell Hinds, and I really want to start with Wavell Hinds tonight, because I'm going to dig deep into Wavell Hinds' life. For the next couple of months, we go all over Wavell Hinds. All over him. I'm not telling you why yet, but I'm going to be all over Wavell Hinds. So let us back up a little bit. Wavell Hinds has held one job for the last 8 years. He's the president of the West Indies Players Association. Like him can't get no more work. And the only work that him have. And during the time when him have that work for the last 8 years, the West Indies cricket team is not any better off for it. Him can't even get the West Indies junior players them to go play for the West Indies team. Him and them have problems all the time about union work and all of that, which is probably why Mark gave him that. So I have some issues with Wavell Hinds, who paid his way into the PNP, who paid for South East St. Anne, and the delegates and the People's National Party decided and them not going to give it to him, and him have to back off. So there is him. And he got his spokesmanship, and he came out yesterday and him start to spokesman for sport and labor and all kind of things. And so he thought he'd come out and him start to smoke. Now, under normal circumstances, you would say that's a great thing. Him a spokesman, Saturday, Sunday him start smoke, or Sunday him a spokesman, Monday him start smoke. And he came out and he spoke. And he said he's calling on Sidella Marley to rethink her decision to resign as head off or something to do with the reggae girls. I don't remember what he said. But that is information that is late in the game for Wavell Hinds, because Sidella Marley resigned already. Long time. A couple of weeks ago, if not, I think last year. She said it and then it became effective. I don't know. But the question I'd like to ask Wavell Hinds is, and him is the first member of the What's It Not Me I talk about. Him decided him to come out and him say that. So the question we have to ask ourselves, did he talk to Sidella Marley? Did he call her? Did he have a private conversation with her before him come and give out report and big up himself to the newspaper, saying I asked her to reconsider, because him clearly don't know what it is like to be a spokesman. But as I said, I'm not spending much time on the spokesperson, but I want to talk about Wavell Hinds, just that brief thing about Wavell Hinds. Because everybody in that spokesperson cabinet is going to feel it tonight. Is going to hear it tonight. So let's talk about the president's men, because that's what we want to talk about, and the president's women. And in my introduction, the voice what I did and sent out on YouTube, I spoke about the people around a president, around a leader, and how those people affect the leadership style and the things that the leader does, but also how the leader feeds off them and how they feed off the leader. The people around the leader feed off the leader based on what kind of person the leader is. If the leader is kind, if the leader have character, try to get this fan on. If the leader is a good person and the people around him, can't get the fan on, feed on that. The leader also feeds on the people around him. Are they good people? So therefore, whatever he is, he compliments them and them compliment him. The strange thing about this leader and his men and his women is that they feed off each other in a negative way, because everything that is bad about Mark Golding is also everything that is more terrible about them, the people around him. And I'm going to explain all of that to you tonight. So let's start first and foremost with leader number 2, the assistant leader, the deputy leader in the sphere of the leader, Peter Murcott Bunting. Let's talk about him. The president's man number 1, Peter Murcott Bunting. Who is he? Who is he? Talented fellow, minister, shadow minister for citizen security, which is the citizen security argument is a good thing. I don't know where the rest of it really going. But who is he in the president's men thing. The president's men is a moniker that came up during the Nixon thing, when Nixon was trying to be a thug and a gangster. And what made Nixon who he was and why he ended up like that was partially because of the men around him and who he is as a person, his own personality, his own character. And they fed on him and he fed on them. And that resulted in him almost being impeached and him leaving office in disgrace. That's about Peter Murcott Bunting. Let's talk about him first, the president's man. And some of the things we have already litigated, but I just want to repeat to you the men around the president, and then we'll lead up to where we want to. And I promise you tonight it's going to be interesting. Peter Murcott Bunting, the leader of RUM, Rise United movement. He was the one who started the whole thing. From as early as 2016, Bunting started that. I remember during the 2016 vice presidential election at the arena, Murcott had a whole host of young people with some books and pencils and taking notes and writing stuff and asking people questions throughout the whole arena. Somebody drew my attention to it. I will roll them in and tell them so we're going to beat bad man to them if them don't leave the arena. Well, Bunting eventually tell them for go on because he realized, let me be clear, we were not going to arm those young people. We just want to frighten them for them to leave. You know, because them had this them thing with them and walking around and asking PNP delegates all kind of questions. So Peter Bunting started this thing from 2016. And when it reached a crescendo in 2019, by the time he posed that challenge to Peter Phillips in 2019, the crescendo was he now had then 49% of the PNP base. 49% voted for him, supported him. I was amongst those. 49%, he had that. That's what he started. Digging at the party, it was his right to challenge. He lost. He went out. He created all kind of scene and them set a new thing in motion. And the thing I want to reach out, I want you to rip it in your head tonight is this. All of that was to take control of the People's National Party. All of it was to take control of the People's National Party. And it now reached a high point with this breakfront, what Mark just named, highlighting to us in no uncertain terms that they are still trying, and well, listen to me now, still trying to take control of the People's National Party. They don't have control of it. And I'm going to explain that to you. They don't have control of the People's National Party. Everything that they have done since 2016 is an attempt to try to take over the People's National Party. But thank God, through our communication with you, the PNP delegates and members and voters, you have pushed back. And so they don't have control of the People's National Party. What they have control of is a core leadership of the People's National Party. But they don't have control of the party. I'm going to explain that away. We're going to talk it through tonight. So there is Bunting, President's man number one, Minister of National Security, down a hotel in all kind of sexual escapades. I mean, I have no problem with sexual escapades. I love sexual escapades. Man and woman tie him up. Sexually assaulted him in all kind of pleasurable way. Take away money, take away whatever them take away from him and leave him tied up in a hotel room. Disgraceful Minister of National Security. Can't secure himself. But we ask him to secure the country. This is the man that the People's National Party leader have around him as him number one. Because him is leader number two. Murcott Peter Bunting, or Peter Murcott Bunting. The man who was Minister of National Security granted a gun license to a man who was accused of sexually molesting his underage stepchild. Peter Murcott Bunting, the leader, the president's man number one. Give a man a gun license. A man who has been sexually assaulting his stepchild, his underage stepdaughter. and Peter Murcott Bunting handed him a gun license. Now I want you mothers to think about this, because if him a sexually assault the little girl and him never have no gun and was successfully sexually assaulting her for a period of time, try and imagine now him have a gun. And the sick son of a bitch that he is, because these are sick son of a bitches. The sick son of a bitch that he is would now make the little girl know that he have a gun. So therefore, her abuse become greater. She know what being abused in fear. First him abuse her, tell her don't tell her mother. And she tell her mother what happened to her. Now him have a gun that Peter Bunting gave him. And he can show her that gun. Or she can now know that him have that gun. He will find some way, because these sick men, them do it. Them know to manipulate the mind. So this sick man who molested the Pitney from she underage Pitney now have a gun to make she understand that, yeah, we have a gun now, so we're going to continue what we are doing. And you're not going to tell nobody. Peter Bunting gave him that gun, knowing, seeing the report that this man has been doing that to his underage stepdaughter. The president's men, number one. And then recently, just recently, Peter Murcott Bunting, president man, number one. In him house asleep. Or so him say. We will take him word for it. Him in him house sleeping. And him 10-year-old son is being sexually abused by a man in a him house in a night while him asleep. Well, listen to me, you know. This is the president's men, number one. Him in him house asleep while another man in him house with him 10-year-old daughter sexually assaulting him while him in the house asleep. The mysterious Mr. James that we haven't heard crap about. The children's advocate, the child services division. You see all them people there? When me come for Uno, when me ready to come for them, me and them are going to talk about it. This is the president's man, number one. The president's most trusted advisor. The president's most trusted friend. The president who got to be president because his trusted friend lose his seat. So he couldn't be friend, and he was handpicked by his trusted friend. Handing over gun to man who are molesting Pitney, and then have him own Pitney in him own house. But man are molest, and him claiming him sleeping. And these are the people that the president have around him. Peter Murcott Bunting. We're done with him yet, you know. But let's move on to the president's man number two. President's man number two. Dayton Campbell. I don't use his middle name because it's common and normal. Can't use him the normal name, the full normal common name. So I always just call him Dayton Campbell. President man number two. Recruited by the president man number one. Who brought him, who took him out of the politics, saw that he has a potential, became love him out, and then bring him together and give him money and give him place to live at Kingston and give him access to stuff and start to mold him into what they want him to be. And love him out to go on stage and chat any crap that they want him to chat. That's him. President man number two, Dayton Campbell, who I exposed as a pedophile, a serial pedophile. I expose him as such. Man, I drive up and down in the constituency that the people elected him with young girls named Kiara I eat Kentucky. And I should pause and tell you this. I have gotten numerous emails and text messages from the LGBTQIA community all over the world accusing me of being wicked and evil. And they accused me of that because I told them that Dayton Campbell, when I told you that Dayton Campbell was eating coleslaw, driving up and down in the frowsy car, but look at young girls, a man eating coleslaw out of underage punash. My LGBTQIA community tell me that I have ruined a good sexual thing for them. I have ruined it by disclosing that information. I apologize to you all. But this is the man, President man number 2. This is a man that went out of his way to tear down the People's National Party leader, Peter Phillips, at the time. This is a man that went out of his way to do all of that. The President's man number 2. Protector. They had to protect him. Mark had to protect him. When I expose him, Mark said he don't want him to resign because if him leave him, then what am I going to do? People are going to overthrow him. Him need him. Him need him, man. Number 2 man, who now trying to go down to Eastern Westmoreland to go take Luther Buchanan seat. And Rise United was a dream by Peter Bunting that he initiated from 2016, and he started Rise United. Mark Jolyan is a product of Rise United that was started by Peter Bunting. That's how he became leader, because he is a product of that. And when it started in 2016, Luther Buchanan was the original part of that cast. And Mark Jolyan better not forget that. So Luther Buchanan played a very, very pivotal role in that Rise United from 2016, which now propelled him to be leader of the PNP. And now he want to send that pedophile down there to try to take away Luther's seat. Him now be no MP in Jamaica. Neither him nor Peter Bunting not going to go back into King Charles Parliament. The voters of this country not sending them back to Parliament. Them two now go back to the King Charles Parliament. The President's man number 2 is also the man that is leading the process to destabilize the PNP internal process of selecting candidates. President man number 2, what kind of character is he? He's a pedophile, he's a liar, he's a disruptive person, run up and lie by his mouth. President man number 2. We'll go to the President's men, them now. I will go switch over now and go to the President's women. She'll come back to the men. I'll go to one and two of the President's women. Have this thing, so I want to, take it through. So there you were. Mark Jolyan said, this what's it that him just put together is with talented people. What are their talents? What is Peter Burke Bunting's talent? To grant gun to man where sexually abused him underage picnic. What is his talent? To engage in all kind of sexual deviancy and put him own 10-year-old son in jeopardy at him yard with man in yard. Him have talent. What is Dayton Campbell talent? His talent is to go sleep with underage picnic, drive up and down in a car, and eat coleslaw. That's his talent. Disrupting and destroying the process of the People's National Party that we have lived with for over 80 years. That's his talent. Run up his mouth, get himself in a problem where people are suing him now. That one is laughable. But people are suing him now because he chat so much. Go out and say all kind of things we're not supposed to say. That's his talents. The break front. That the crockery there where you have that break front is a whole heap of chip up crockery. Them the crockery there chip up and dull. Now shine on upon them. Them the people that can't impress nobody in Jamaica. Them the people nobody no see no young people in this country. Nobody no see them the people there. Nobody no want to see them the people. Nobody have nothing to do with them people. Them people can't inspire nobody. No. President woman number 1, Angela Brown-Burke. Oh, Jesus have mercy. Oh, Jesus. What do you call the PAP delegates? President's women number 1, Angela Brown-Burke. No, we have to go deep. We have so many things that she has done. We just have to go recent. I have to eat my honey. This woman was the most hated political woman in this country. And if that was at 90% last year, it has now reached a high point of 101%. The most hated political woman in this country is Angela Brown-Burke. People just hands down dislike that woman. She led the operation against Lisa Anna in Southeast St. and she and her husband, they have been doing it for years to destroy Southeast St. Anne, to destroy Lisa Anna. And she is the leader of that, still trying, because of them tell Lydia say she can go run as independent. Soon deal with she, not on this line, but soon deal with the Lydia, she. But she a leader, she and her husband. Angela Brown-Burke have spent every waking hour in her political life trying to figure out how to destroy people and build herself, because she can't see any way of building herself without destroying people. Destroying people livelihood, destroying people sense. I mean, these people just leave a bad vibes around you. When them around you, when them leave you, the vibe is just bad. Then the other day, she took up herself. For years, she has been going after Philip Paulwell. For years, she has been going after Philip Paulwell. And the only reason why Philip Paulwell survived them is because Philip Paulwell heart good. I'm telling you, the only way he survived them out of this kings of all these years is because him heart good. If him heart never good, him dead already. David had run him, we are ready. So for years she has been doing that. And finally, she and her husband found something that they thought could destroy him. And they masterminded. So let us bring in Jessica Deans with the president's men, Come she see on Facebook. I hang out at people yard. Always looking some yard for hang out. She, president woman number 1, along with Jessica Deans, president woman number 2, which is Sia Nikisha Wilson. And they orchestrated a takedown of Philip Paulwell. They orchestrated a takedown of Philip Paulwell by targeting baby mother number 1 so that baby mother number 2 can know, so that baby mother number 1 can know that there's a baby mother number 2 and set them up against each other, and the rest is history. Now, many of you might not say nobody not send nobody for go kill nobody. True. That is true. When you're watching a movie and reading of books to know how potent these things are. You find baby mother number 1, you track her down, you rub it in her, you push it in her, you say, there's baby mother number 2, she have a baby, the baby look like Paulwell, we are going to do about it. Oh yes, Jessica Deans. Angela Brown-Burke, Paul-Burke was leading that. And that's what they did. The mistake they made was not a mistake, really. But what they never thought of is that Philip Paulwell, him heart good. And that save him. That him is a coward. Him is a real third-rate coward. That him fool. And him heart good. And that save him. Him stupidity, him naivety, and the goodness of his heart. Those are the things that save him. So by the time them wrong him and ring him and wash him and turn him in a upside down, them twist him inside out. I got up on my knee, I asked every prayer warrior I know. I send him name to every church that I know, everybody in the community. I give them him name. I say send up him name to the heavens. And ask the good Lord not to leave him. And that's how him survive. I never know do it. She and Jessica Deans hacked the man's phone. And after she hacked the man's phone, them send the man message about $50,000 US in an account that belongs to them, Paul and Angela. And I don't have no confirmation yet. But my understanding is that the FBI have already interviewed her. Maybe once, maybe twice. I don't know the FBI to interview somebody one time. Maybe twice them interview her. I don't confirm it yet, but that's the argument I'm hearing. And she has been interviewed by Action Fraud, which is the FBI counterpart in Britain. And I'm telling you, this woman, Angela Brown-Burke, she has reached the bottom of the barrel in terms of support within this People's National Party. May I ask you that? May I tell you that the kind of people that now lining up to get rid of her, someone will be surprised of who those people are. Margolin can't help her. We can't. But we'll go back and may I tell you the reason why them reach here, so, and the reason why them keep doing these things. I'm going to tell you, just hang on a second. So that's the leaders, president's woman, number 1 and 2, she and Jessica Deans. And I would like to warn Jessica Deans and Angela Brown-Burke that are coming for no. Not tonight. You're home, Layton, OG. So you have to tell me so we have to cook and hang out. I'm coming for you, Angela Brown-Burke, you and Jessica Deans. They come for no. I'm covered under the blood of Jesus. You can't touch me. You have to go walk through the blood to touch me. The president's woman, number 1 and 2. But there's a president's woman who would normally make this list, because I don't think she's really a president's woman, but it's something she do know that earned her a spot on this list. And that is Miss Joan Gordon Wavell. And you can get your man for call me tonight or tomorrow night for try threaten me. You Joan Gordon, dirty labor, right? Thief in Joan Gordon, and you may chat. Now, I have not spoken to anybody in Region 3. No councillor candidate, no sitting councillor. I've not spoken to them about this issue that I'm going to raise now regarding Joan Gordon Wavell. I deliberately chose not to speak to them about it. But it's my understanding that Joan Gordon Wavell has in her possession a list with PNP members and voters who voted in the last 2 elections, along with possibly some phone numbers and some other things. And she have that list. And my understanding is that she and Dayton Campbell are walk around, and every meeting that she and Dayton Campbell go, she offer this list to the candidates of the meeting that they go to and charging them $25,000 for the PNP list. That thieving dirty woman and them Joan Gordon, dirty labor right. Not dirty woman. I take that back. I don't mean her to be a dirty woman. I take back that. I apologize for that. She's a thief in dirty labor right. They might go to PNP meeting, having meeting with PNP candidates, and then telling them that you have this list that could help them. This list that should help them to win. This list that should help them go find the PNP voters to deliver the PNP victory. I tell you, I'm going to tell you why them doing all of this. She have it. Happy New Year to you, to Chris. She have the list and selling it to the PNP candidates for $25,000. Who give her that list? Who make up that list? How she come by that list? Who she sell it for? Who for money it is when she sell it? Is it for the party or is it for her? And if it's for the party, why is the party selling a list that could be monumentally helpful to like a first-time candidate who don't have the political organization that an established candidate would have? Why is she selling the list to the PNP candidates for $25,000? And where that $25,000 going? Whose pocket it going in? Because all of us scammers and criminals who take Wavell Hinds money, and that's why we have to give him Deputy General Secretaryship and now we have to give him spokesmanship. If this is your cabinet, shadow. And I want you to think of the word shadow in a bad way. You know that shadow figure in the dark we don't want to come out? When the shadow take over the moon and take away the sunlight, that's how I want to think about the shadow. Because that's what them look like. If not a seat, so not going to be no MP. So therefore, this shadow cabinet is not really a shadow cabinet. It's a reward of It's a rewarding of friends and associates and people who stood by you and people who give you their money for the poll. It's a reward because him not no seat. Neither does Patricia Duncan Sutherland, who have no seat either. So what is she shadowing? From where? Which parliament is she going? And all on. All of the shadow, except the one them in the parliament. You're not shadowing nothing. Because you're in the back. You're around at the back. Every time Christoph done speak and Daryl Vaz them speak, you have to answer from around the back under the tree. And you now have no backside mic to answer. You now have no platform to answer from. You don't know no parliament. You are just a damn shadow. You don't charge of nothing. And knowing the labor rights them, I'm doubtful that them will share information with somehow. But I'll go see the Paulwell thing a little bit. And let me tell you something, Mark Golden and Angela Brown-Burke and the president's men number 1 and 2 and the president woman. If Mark Golden should name Philip Paulwell dark catcher, shadow dark catcher, him still would shine brighter than the whole of them put together. All of them. All of the Wavell, Hinds and Dayton, Campbell and the Patricia and the whole of them. Philip Paulwell is going to make that shadow thing. I don't understand the politics, you know. Philip Paulwell got what you call, what the Jews call it, chutzpah. Whatever it is going to give him for shadow, him going to make a mountain out of it. That's who he is. Because him love Jamaica. And him always want to do good. Always. And him know people and people know him all over the diaspora of everywhere. Him go, people know him. Him can tap the phone and call anybody anywhere. Nobody no. Nobody even know the leader, much less Uno. Now look for Angela. This naka teeth, nappy head woman. This woman that can't put on a suit of clothes and look presentable. Now should represent Mark Golden as him shadow spokesperson on foreign affairs. Foreign affairs. The only thing Angela know about foreign affairs is that she speak a little Spanish and understand a little bit of French. That's the only thing she know about foreign affairs. This naka teeth nappy head woman who don't know crap about foreign affairs, who ever talk to Angela Brown-Burke about anything at all. Somebody please tell me who don't know in the diaspora. Because here's how it's going to go. The people in the diaspora, the PMP people, them and all them people that will invite Lisa Anna to come speak at them event and big up them event, and when Lisa Anna name a paper and them thing, them get ticket sale and people come to hear Lisa and people get to take them picture and go out with all kind of things. Them people there, when them need anybody to speak, to come, them going to call Angela Brown-Burke and them going to ask her to put them on to Lisa Anna, and I'm going to ask her for Lisa Anna number. Angela, you have free. You have no business representing country about foreign affairs. First of all, you go find clothes that cost more than $10. You got foreign affairs, you need clothes that cost more than $10, man. You need clothes that cost more than $10 to present yourself. God forbid. If it was when William and Kate came the other day and you were foreign affairs spokesman, Jesus have mercy, I would have stoned you. I would have come out there and I would have stoned you. Because I wouldn't want William and Kate stand up beside you. You're free. And Mark Golden decided that he might make you spokesperson for foreign affairs. Because somebody going to call you from somewhere and ask you to come speak somewhere. You really believe that? Not a soul that when call. When them call you, they're going to ask you for Lisa Anna number. When them call you, they're going to ask you, can you put us on to Lisa Anna? Miss Foreign Affairs spokesperson, can you put us on to Lisa? Can you help us find Damien? Do you have a number for Raymond Price? Can you let us talk to this lady? What's your name? Natalie Nita? That's what I'm going to say to you, Angela. They're not going to ask you to come nowhere and do nothing. Nobody. You have no presence. You have no presence. No presence. You don't look good. And foreign affairs, you know, at least as a beauty queen. But that is not all she is. She's never been just a beauty queen. She has spent her young, after she won that crown and came back to Jamaica, she utilized it in her community. She are on radio and television in communities talking about children, talking about stuff that affect the country. She utilized that status and build it into what she is now. She didn't join the PNP because she's a beauty queen. She joined the PNP because she had proved her mettle before then that she could be an influential and positive force on our young people. And this nincompoop, this son of a slave owner, that only the PNP delegate sell out now, my man, little, a WhatsApp Lisa Anna. That I said the man is a dirty, bad man, grudgeful, drunk. Backbowling, dirty, bad man, drunk. I said man, grudgeful and bad man be an understanding. I grudge him, grudge Lisa Anna, you know. I heard that him WhatsApp Lisa to tell her that him removing her as a spokesperson. WhatsApp Jamaica. Not a phone call. Not a meeting of minds in our room to discuss this. WhatsApp that bad mind dirty dog did. That frowsy robot man. WhatsApp. And WhatsApp Jamaica's beauty queen. The PNP's biggest asset in my WhatsApp. I tell her about him, I'm going to remove and I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do all kind of things. Because only the PNP delegates gave him the position of leader. WhatsApp. And Angela, the one side, a sharpener, knock teeth them to take over foreign affairs, spokesperson. I, Karen Cecilia Cross, going to make sure everywhere you go, and PNP people there, them there for bust up Liberty pan you. I will send out the word already. Bust up Liberty pan you, boy, you're a spokesperson for foreign affairs. Huh? Now come move on to other things. I soon get to the meat of the matter, I'll go. That is them talent. The other president's men. Dr. Dawes. Now, Dr. Dawes is a man that have made his name already as a doctor. Doing all kind of things. I don't have a clue what kind of doctor I mean. Some people, them tell me he's a big doctor that does something. I don't know what he does. Dr. Dawes is a guy that I kind of like. But I still maintain that Dr. Dawes, as part of the president's men, have not yet faced the delegates of Southeast St. Catherine to ask them if him can represent them. Him have no respect for people because him ego is as big as him foot. So people, the president's men like Wavell and Dr. Dawes who bought them pay for them poll to get favorable poll. Dr. Dawes didn't get it even though them pay for it. Wavell pay for fee one, then produce one bogus poll, and the people of Southeast sent and say, man, go away. Dr. Dawes, spokesperson for health. Now, if you pitch Dr. Dawes and Christopherton together, both of them eager together can hold in one room. So my guess is Christopherton not going to tell him nothing much. And Dr. Dawes will still have to stay from him office or around the back under one tree or go for OLO, go find one microphone for talk about stuff because nobody not going to listen to no. Nobody not listening to no about anything. Don't you realize that? Some Jamaican people don't listen to no. Them don't count to no. And Wavell eyes. And that, the president's man, will soon reach the Silvera, I think. I was part of the president's man. I will soon reach here, so. Tony Hylton. And Tony Hylton earned a little spot on this list of president's men for one reason only. Some months ago, during the whole thing when I was doing the constituency analysis, and I was going to each constituency, and I did Western St. Andrew, Tony Hylton's constituency, and I made my findings known to Jamaican people, and we spoke about it several times. Tony Hylton him sent some people after me. One came on Facebook, me dismiss him, and him go hold him corner. Some other people see him somewhere and tell him say better back it up before them beat bad man out of him. Him run go hide. Yeah, Tony Hylton sent some people after me. But I'm going to tell Jamaica tonight what else Tony Hylton did. The president's man. Him couldn't take it standing up that I did an analysis of him constituency, and this is the results I come up with, and him couldn't take it and look into it and say, all right, I don't like that red girl, but I will look into that. I can't stand that damn red girl, and can't call me ugly because I'm a wonderfully good looking brown woman. Me. Him never take it in good stride. Instead, what Tony Hylton did was Tony Hylton got to some man in a waterhouse. And Tony Hylton encouraged some man to come give me a page. I want to hear me, you know. Months ago, I first I talked about it. Never thought it necessary to talk about it. Because of how it ended, I didn't thought it necessary to talk about it. So I'm linked some man. Oh, Karen Cross and Ray. But because Tony Hylton an idiot, and he know nothing about man flex, him look like a fool. So I'm linked some man and say, want to give Karen Cross a page. And the man them link some other man. Because Tony Hylton don't know that when you ever ask a man to give Karen Cross a page, man now gonna just take it by themselves and run go up on me. Go give me a page. Man go call more man. So of course the man them call one man from this, call some other man from this, and lo and behold them having a phone conversation about them giving me a page. You go page me. You come up a Jews and come page me. And one of the man them say, you know, some no want to marry you them up a Jews land. I would like to tell us a pay bad woman they are Jews land. A bad man they are pay bad woman they are Jews land. So some bad woman they are Jews land. The man them look at them bad like he has the man them afraid of the woman them boy. The man them with the gun, the man them with the badness, them afraid of the woman them boy. Thank my God for Miss Audrey Grant, my dear mother. So the man them attack. And one man say, yo, no upper Jews land, yeah. Yeah man, the brown man upon the Facebook thing. Yeah. And them get some other big man and some other man. And you know, man from Nannyville, man from East Kingston, man from Marvel, man from all about. Depended the phone call. Because some man are going to give me a page. And one man said to them, say, brethren, I don't really want to do that. Because if I don't do that, I take myself out of this. You know? Can't page a woman there. Trust me, I can't page a woman there. That never deter them really. But it's another man now said to them, say, I want to understand this, you know, my youth. If a fly touch Karen Cross, we are going to kill the fly and the whole of him family and all who send him. That's what the next man said to him. Now, me not promoting any violence or no, killing or not like that. Not promoting that. I'm going to tell you what happened on the phone call. So Tony Hylton sent man to come page me. And man a page other man, find out what is what and what is what, and them get a page. So now them hate Tony Hylton. I would have like lick down him ass. Because I'm about to set them up. How that feel, Tony Hylton? How that feel? Oh, you send man to come page me. But I need to think about these things very, very carefully before I do them. Because you don't know road and you don't know politics. You don't know road creds. But you tell man to come page me. Yeah? First matter about it. Never find it necessary. Because after all of that, the man they was supposed to give me a page, give me a link. A big lady. Yeah man. Yeah alright. I mean, you know, so the big man from this one, the big man from this, so if I give you a heel, and me get a heel. You damn jackass, Tony Hylton. You're nothing but a jackass. And that is that. So that's how Tony Hylton make the list of the president's men. The president have nothing around him but vermins. Vermins, dogs, pedophiles. Bunting in a house, asleep with man and molest him 10-year-old son. In 10-year-old son. Give gun to man, we are molest him underage stepdaughter. And then the man that the president and the PNP have round him. But then again, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he have their money around him? Why? Because him himself is a man that lacks character. Is a man who tells us that his father cure polio when his father was a British agent and bring the polio virus down here, come infect poor people picnic. Is a man who told us that his grandfather born down St. Elizabeth, or forgive me, St. James, when his grandfather himself landed in New York and put on the paper in New York that him born in Havana, Cuba. Is a man who dance to the song about my father born ya, my grandmother born ya, and him grandmother them no born ya. Is a man who married a woman who we believe was about 15 years old when him breed her. Is a man with a sex of helpers picnic. Because him a background master son and him think him entitled to do it. That's who he is. Entitled to do it. So him take it. The helpers picnic there and him think that him entitled to it. We don't watch how Mark stand up. We never see Mark stand up yet with him 2 finger. He always have him 2 finger itching either the hips of him pants or the loop of him pants or probably a top pocket. Or to go back their slave days and look how them background master they stand up. With them 2 finger and loops in them pants loop and all of that to show dominance and seniority and I'm above you. Fuck up the helper's daughter and breed her. And then daddy have to buy a ticket, 2 tickets and send him to America. Go marry the helper's daughter so that daddy don't look good. That's a man where them follow. And those are the men around him. Oh yeah. Then there is President men, Mr. Jolyan Silvera. This Friday, Melissa will be laid to rest. And I'm glad I get to do this tonight. I have been told to tread cautiously. More than 3 or 4 phone calls I got from Sunday till now on this matter about revelations. But whatever it is, the Jamaican people, I think that you need to know, nothing will stop me tonight from telling you. Trust me on that. Nothing. We don't understand war, you know. I told Michelle earlier before I came on the live, we were talking. And there's a gentleman on the live who texted me today and asked me, Karen Cecilia Cross, that's what he texted. Are you a good person? Simple as that. Karen Cecilia Cross, are you a good person? And I didn't answer him right away. I haven't answered him yet. Because I'm thinking about it. Because I came to the conclusion. I'm saying I must tell him on the live. So I'm telling him no. I'm answering him question now on the live. Him asking me if I'm a good person. And I'm saying to him, I don't know. I don't know if I'm a good person. I really don't. Because there are things that you have to do that on the surface don't seem like good, but you have to do it for the greater good. There are things that I wish I wouldn't have to do either. So I don't know. I honestly, really don't know if I'm a good person. I do the best I can in what my mother taught me. I do the best I can for my community and for my friends and my family. But I'm fighting a war for my party. I'm fighting a war for the party that I joined when I was barely 14. I'm fighting a war with people who have been trying to take it over for one reason or the other. So I'm answering you, sir, I don't know if I'm a good person. You have to judge me. It is you who have to judge me. It is the people who have to judge me. It is my family who have to judge me. My friends who have to judge me. Because I don't know. I really don't. Jolyan Silvera murdered his wife in cold blood. Did he plan it? Was it premeditated? I don't know. But I'm going to paint you a scenario. I'm going to paint you a scenario. I'm not telling you that this is exactly what happened, but I'm going to paint you a scenario, and I'm going to tell you how Mark figure into all of this. On the night that Melissa was murdered, Jolyan Silvera, woman went there with for how long now? A fear car my drive and down, go political events, political functions, political meetings. A fear car ma him woman, ma a side chick, ma a woman when I keep with him wife. And she was there that night up there. Many people don't know her, so she was just, so maybe she was there, maybe the man would never see her, maybe the man would know her too. You don't know. But she was there that night. Let's imagine that you and your husband is at a crossroads. Leslie died, and Melissa now saw her opportunity to get away from this monster that she was forced to marry. Because she was forced to marry him by her mother. And yeah, I know the people them will go call me and text me now. I really don't care. And she saw an opportunity to get away from him. So she announced that she wanted a divorce. She also got wind of the woman we have up. Because the woman carry my drive, because I don't care for himself. Boy, what let's be an understanding. Don't have nothing. Don't have a thing. But that is not the biggest thing about him. You soon know the biggest thing about him. Try and imagine that you're going to take a gun and you're going to center it into a woman's vajayjay. And you're going to pull that trigger three times and kill her. Imagine this scenario. It's not the first time him do it. Not the first time. Straddle her. Straddle over her. Talking down to her, threatening her, intimidating her. Running the gun from place to faces and intimidation. That's sick son of a bitch. Imagine that. It's a scenario I'm painting for you. I'm not saying that this is what happened. Don't tell a lie upon me. Him do it all the time. That's a threat. Hey girl, I will kill you. I want the land. Melissa Silvera has a whole heap of land that her father did give her. Well, her father gave her some land. Her mother also did left some land. And he want the land to go develop, and she not sign it over to him neither. That piece of shit. So she not signed on the land, and he want all of that. So the intimidation increased. So every time him straddle her and threaten her, it become more intense. But she not fearful because she has been there before. And so some questions need to be asked. And the police, the police of this country, talk to them about how they handle the Powell matter and how them handling this. They're not giving us any information. What time did she die? Which one of the bullet killed her? Because there's 3 bullets. And when they do an autopsy on her body, the autopsy is not on the entire body. The autopsy is on the organs that makes the body function. So you call them Jesus, the doctor that cut up dead people. They cut open the body and they're checking the vital organs, liver, the heart, the spine, all kind of things them checking. But they're not checking everything. And I'm looking for everything. I'm looking what could have killed her. So he has been straddling her. Have that gun run up and down in threat. I want the land. And I'm not getting a divorce. Because if him get a divorce, him not have nothing. Him lose everything. Him don't have shit. The pathologist, thank you, Ruthie. If Melissa did divorce him have nothing. Zero. As a worthless boy, when I have nothing. The only thing he ever had was member of parliamentship. And him fucked that up. They threatening her. Shoot her 3 times. I spoke to 2 doctors who told me that the reason why you'd want to shoot her from the vagina, there's a slim chance because of so many organs and so many things inside of the body that the bullet would make an entrance, an exit, sorry. Slim chance. That's the best way. So you do have an exit wound and you do have a you don't have an entrance wound, you do have an exit wound. Don't know what is it Mango saw. And she's a pathologist all by herself. She look like a jackass these days. And what they did, you moved her from the bedroom. And the questions that some Jamaicans need to ask and the police need to answer is, the time of her death is the most crucial thing that must be answered. What time? The pathologist can tell about what time she was killed. And you're going to find out why I'm saying this. You move her. You put her on gurgle and all kind of fancy something which would tighten her skin and hold in everything and keep her from bleeding profusely through her ears and her nose and even from her vagina. So you do those things and you cover her up and you move her to another room. Remember, it's conjecture I'm doing. And you move her to another room. Now we'll reach this far and we know what happened to the room that she was killed in. Him sister and her husband come and them lick down the room and all of that. Yes, him wash the body. Wipe it down and we're not washing, wipe it down. I want to be very clear and wipe down the body and dress her properly. Not even Ted Bundy could have think of those things. And then him call him sister and her husband for lick down the room and dig up the tile. So I want to ask the next question. If the police now ask them where the tiles are, where everything is, where them lick down, which part them dump them? Because that's crime scene information. You want to know murder. Where the stuff them there? The most important thing about that night is what time did she die? And the pathologist would have that information. Time of death. Time of death. And we're not talking about Matlock and Angela Lansbury murder she wrote. We're talking about Perry Mason. Perry Mason. Time of death. And Perry Mason going to court and him say, Your Honor, I'm not concerned about what killed Mrs. O'Connor. I don't remember that episode, but it's Mrs. O'Connor. Your Honor, we are not interested to find out what killed Mrs. O'Connor. We are interested, Your Honor, to find out what time Mrs. O'Connor died, because that will tell us everything we know, everything we need to know. Who up there? When them arrive, who did dead before, all of that will be answered. What time? How did the country and the rest of the world learn of Melissa Silvera's death? I don't know if the police look into that yet. How did we find out that Melissa Silvera is dead? We found out that Melissa Silvera is dead through Mark Jefferson Golding. It was Mark Golding who announced first and foremost the death of Melissa Silvera. It was Mark Golding who came out and put it out and the passing of Miss Melissa Silvera, who died peacefully in her sleep. Mark Golding was the one who first put out that information. Him take it down now, but I'm sure somebody going to find it. The world and Jamaica learned of Melissa Silvera's death through Mark Golding's announcement. the death of Melissa Silvera died from in her sleep, peacefully in her sleep. Mark Jolyan announced that. So let's go back again. The leader's men, the president's men, and the president. How did Mark Jolyan know that Melissa Silvera died peacefully in her sleep? Who told him that? Who gave him that information? Because Silvera gathered all of his people around him. I am conjecturing again. I'm conjecturing because so much people call me already about it. I'm conjecturing that the first person called is Richie Parchment. I'm conjecturing that Richie Parchment was there when him called. The first person to inform them of this death him called was Mark Jefferson Jolyan. Jolyan Silvera, the first person him called was Mark Jolyan. Come on, people. Police, phone log, timelines, and phone log. Because these are the people who asking the Jamaican people to vote for them. Timeline, call logs, phone. Dangerous thing that phone thing is. Silvera called Mark Jolyan and give him the information that he wanted to give him, current leader. You know, Melissa just died peacefully in her sleep, and Mark Jolyan put it out in the world. Silvera gave it to, there's nowhere else he could have gotten it. Nobody else could have called him and gave him that information. Because I put it out. Melissa Silvera died peacefully in her sleep. Mark Jolyan sent that out. That's how we learned of Melissa's death. So Silvera call Mark, him call Patch, him call up him parry them. Him want everybody around him so that him can get to cover him scene and cover himself and get back up. He want them all around him to back him up. Because him kill Luma because she not give me her land. And she want a divorce. She want to get out of that now. May I hope that PJ and KD and John Jr. and all of them, Dr. Phillips, may I hope, you know, because them and Leslie and them friends, they were almost like godfathers to Melissa. So I'm hoping them not taking this lightly. And him build that around him. Him is like Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein was a serial pedophile. And he associated himself with princes and presidents and ex-presidents and prime ministers and big business moguls in order to cover his sins. He want them all to be around him to give him legitimacy to rape underage picnic. For Gillian Maxwell to groom them and bring them come give him. And him have all these big friends who will cover him. Silvera called Mark Jolyan, and Mark Jolyan was the one who told the world that Melissa died peacefully. Have the police questioned Mark Jolyan about that phone call? Have they seized this phone and look what time that phone call came in? Have they done a forensic audit of his page because them take it down? And him announced Melissa's death. Mark Jefferson Jolyan, the president, and his men and women. He was the one who announced it. But let me go a little further. Why did Silvera call the president of the People's National Party? Because Silvera was not just an umbrella man to Mark Jolyan. Oh no. He was not an umbrella man. He was not an hanger hand. He was not just dead for the ride because he didn't have nothing else to go. Silvera is Mark Jolyan's chief of security. Jolyan Silvera, official position with Mark Jolyan, is his chief of security. I remember what I sent me a sister there the PMP night out of St. Mary, out of Natterby, when them come a sister there, how Silvera walk around the yard like a damn fool, like if man did want blow a film, they come Mark Gold in them, then blow it off long time by the time he reach over the back. He's the one that goes to the places that Mark Gold is going to turn up and check the mic, check under the table, and look up at the house top and look for bomb threat, and look for threats there, so I tell them to put up this. You might want to put up these damn barricades, set up that, instruct them to put up these barricades against the stage. Talk about them get to rush the leader. He wasn't an ordinary person. He is the chief of security for the leader. Is him in charge of the leader's security detail? If he was in the Secret Service, he would be the chief Secret Service guy. The CP officers, them was just there because them are police. CP officers are standing around map. But Silvera is the chief of security. And him check the place. And him call everybody. Find out how secure the place is. And God, they behave like him thinks that Mark is the president of the United States and somebody want to shoot him. Him is the one who did all of that. So Silvera like a umbrella man. Him just, the umbrella is part of him job. Him is chief of security. You're in a fire, they put an umbrella over the leader head because you're chief of security. And you don't want to give that job to any ordinary smaddy just in case you have to lick smaddy with the umbrella. I can understand, I can relate to that. But him called Mark Golding first. That Mark Golding should announce the death of his wife on social media to the world. To the world. Mark Golding was one who announced it that him tell we. And the chief of security murdered his wife because she wanted a divorce. And because she wouldn't give him the land when he want to start business, and him fuck up every business that him start. If the money Bunting give him, waste it and squander it. So now him want to kill woman for her land and what she has. And thought to himself that it was a good idea. But these sick son of a bitches always think it's a good idea to kill somebody and think they can get away with it and plan these little things in their head. And Mark Golding must answer these questions. What time did Silvera call you? Did he ask you to put it out, or you just take it upon yourself and put it out? Because you want to be the boss, because you are the leader, you're the president. And your chief of security call you and tell you his wife dead. And you must put it out, and you put it out. And then very shortly you take it down. Why? Why you take it down? We want to know what time that phone call was made, what time Mark accepted it, and that will provide us with some idea of what time Melissa Silvera was killed, murdered by her husband. Murdered by her husband. The president's man, Jolyan Silvera. Brown-Burke, let's back up a little bit, and Paul Burke went after Philip Paul in a vicious kind of way. And they have been doing it for so long that they never thought for an instant that it would reach there, where it reached, and how bad it would come back and lick them in them face. That the FBI investigated and interviewed them, that the British people them interviewed them too. That's what I hear. I don't verify that yet. They don't know. They didn't know. But the thing that they didn't know most of all is that this would make Paul Well a martyr, a rock star. Them send him down into the stratosphere. Him bigger than he was before. Mikhail Phillips, I'm not calling him one of the president's men. I am not calling him one of the president's men because he's Dr. Peter Phillips' son. But Mikhail Phillips got a very important big promotion job in the What's It Not. And the only reason I'm saying this tonight to him is because it's Dr. Peter Phillips' son. Otherwise, I would say a thing to him and I make him go on. So I'm get a big work. Big work with a whole of responsibility. But in addition to that, Mark Jolyan put him in charge of St. Elizabeth. He is the vice president in charge of St. Elizabeth. Peter Murcutt Bunting is the non-entity man that lose him seat and have man in him yard sleeping at night and a molest him 10-year-old son, who is now in charge of Manchester. So Michael Phillips, square this for me. I'm brighter than you, but help me square this. Then put you in charge of St. Elizabeth and give you a big work in the break front and send you off out of Manchester. And then move in the chief saboteur, the head of the saboteur operation, and put him in charge of your parish. In your seat where you already weak and fenke and could lose the damn seat. And if the Labour had brought out their 2016 numbers in 2020, you would not be an MP today, Michael Phillips. So I'm moving to St. Elizabeth, moving the chief saboteur to Manchester, and send you God over St. Elizabeth. So I tell you, come back in on a woman, basically. If you think of it in that terms. So by the time you come back, you see it well sabotaged. And you're on your way to losing. May only I say to you, because you're Peter Phillips' son. And that's the only reason why I saying to you. I just leave you alone, make you go and make them go lose the seat. You see it shaky, Michael Phillips. Very, very shaky. And then, you're gone over there. So in all of this, with Angela Brown-Burke with her knock teeth and her nappy head and her $10 close them, I will not diss up and disrespect up Jamaica's beauty queen Lisa Hanna. You can't chat to Lisa Hanna, you know. Every time you touch Lisa Hanna, you go down in the polls. Bunting start this organization, Rise United, with 49%. You know at 12%, maybe less. You start in 2016. By the end of 2019, you had 49%. Now we have 12. 12%. Do you know why? Them keep doing this. This is a part I want to tell you. The reason why they keep doing the things they are doing, I send WhatsApp to Lisa and about this, and I set up What's It Not. And I try moving people that him think supporting him into all kind of things. There's just one reason for it. One reason, one number reason. And that is because they have been trying to control the People's National Party from 2019. Trying to control it, to rule it, to have full control of it from 2019. And they have been unsuccessful. Them do control the PMP. They do not. Them trying to get Wavell Hinds in a Southeast St. Anne. That is not control, because him not there. Them push Dr. Dawes on a Southeast St. Anne and can't face the delegates. That is not control. Him can't face them. Everybody that you don't want into a seat, you have to be fighting to get them down there. That is not control. So for the last 4 years, you not fight, you still a fight for control of the PNP. Because you don't have it, you don't have it. The PNP people have pushed back against you, loud. Down naughty St. Anne. Then look at girl, she come talk about she can't the body. She will see what she can do when she win. The PNP people say, alright. You go on. And we see you so. Them that have no control of the People's National Party. Which is why they keep doing these things. Because if you had control of the People's National Party, Dayton Campbell would be wazzling into Eastern Westmoreland. If you had control, nobody couldn't chat to Dawes down the Southeast St. Catherine. If you had control, Wavell Hinds would have Southeast St. Anne. If you had control, you wouldn't be presenting this full of looks, half-dead group of people to the Jamaican public and call them cabinet shadow. Let's take out the authentic PNP them outside. Take out Sophia and Natalie them and the great collection boss Philip Powell. We can't stop Philip Powell. Because whatever I'm in charge of now, him alone are shining at that. Him alone are shining at that. I like Janice Allen very much. I would love to see her shining. Dear man, whatever they do, keep doing it and build back your seat, build the seat. We don't have no control over the PNP, and that is the problem. Why we keep doing all these things? We can't stand Lisa Anna. Because Mark, this is a dirty, bad man, grudgeful man. When him push out Lisa out of South, he said, oh, we offered her another seat, and with him dirty, nasty, frozen, white self. I thought him offer her next seat. Of course, Lisa, I hope she tell him to fuck off, because he need to tell people to fuck off. We don't have no control over PNP. We still a fight for control. And those who put in a seat still a fight for stay there. Everywhere you turn. So this is why we're doing the things we're doing. We don't have no control. The PNP people, them, the delegates, the members, the workers, the voters, they have been listening. They have been paying attention. We don't have no control over PNP. We don't have control over the local crew. And the leadership court, but you can't tell PNP people nothing. You can't face them. You can't face them. You can't present nobody to the delegates of the People's National Party and give them a choice. Side chick Nick never faced the delegates them either. She can't face the delegates them. You can't face the PNP people them, the grassroots supporters, the workers. You can't face them. Angela Brown-Burke can't face them. Them not like her from morning now at midnight. We don't have no control over the People's National Party. There's a little youth across the road from me. Him named Damien, a young fellow. Very nice fellow, everybody love him. I've not made a wrong move in his life from him born. It's Joy's son, and Joy, of course, is the love of my life. And Damien, and me, and sister, who is him auntie, and the Rasta man Bubba, who's miserable and contentious. Us four, we take it upon ourselves to be in charge of our local square, our local area, because we think we're better than everybody else. We do, and we are. We mark out lines to park car. We establish how people should park. We're dealing with the garbage thing. We're war with people about throwing garbage in the gully. We're war with the cokehead and threatening to throw them after the gully if them come down going the garbage from wherever. We're in charge of Willico Square. Damien is a sweet young fellow. Bright and articulate young fellow. Love of conversation with him. And after Mark Golden name him break front, the next morning, I do what I do. I let out the big dog him round the back, open the front gate and let him out, make him go and run up and look for him girl. Then I let out Eli downstairs for him roam out to the yard, deal with the bird, wet the plant them, then we go out a gate. That's where conversation and stuff take place. The Rasta man sweep down the so, they may do him thing there so, sister sweep up the so, and me do my thing in a yasso and the lane to make sure the place clean and nice. And we're having conversation in the meantime. And here I am stepping out the day after Mark Golden name him what's it that. And Damien greet me. Him call me queen because of the whole royal family thing. I'm a queen. What a brother there do? Of course, me don't know him at all. I look around. I say, who? That brother there when near Mark Golden, man. What am I do? I swear to God, I did not initiate this discussion. Damien him started, him always about him own thing. Very articulate and bright youth. And we all look after him because you're God, far. And him say, but me don't understand what the brother there deal with, man. I say, who? That the brother Mark Golden, man. And Miss Beverly, who's here from the States for Christmas, you know, gone yet. Come out same time. And you know that conversation is going to go on. When I normally spend an hour out there, I end up spending 2 hours out there. I say, what do you mean? Him say that man don't understand himself. The man says that the ship a sink. And him a bore more hole in it. I was dead, I laughed. That's what the young fellow say, whoever vote, you know, Miss 30 something, till man 40 yet. The man says that the ship a sink. And before I get everybody to help keep the ship afloat, the man a bore hole in the ship. That's what the young fella said. And if we tell him don't go vote election, they're not going to vote. So, that's what the young fella said. So with Dan man, this is a talk about young people and all of them where they come out on 3 points and all the way there. So let me tie that into my final argument now. Mark Jolyan not in charge of the PNP. He has been trying. That's all they have been trying to do. Get control of the PNP. Them don't have no control of the PNP. So I want PNP people to know that. Them don't have no control of the PNP. But when you add all of that up, Angela Brown-Burke, Peter Bunting, Dayton, Campbell, Wavell, Hinds, Dawes, led by Mark Jolyan. How does all of that negativity impact the prospects of the PNP being looked upon by the Jamaican people? Now, Pierre Dan Anderson, you know. Only don't Pierre Dan Anderson. Dan Anderson has never accurately predicted the outcome of an election in this country. Never ever. Not once. Somebody shouldn't pay him the mind. He has never accurately predicted the outcome of an election in this country. How does that, all that negativity, the general secretary, the PNP down Westmoreland, a struggle and a fight. I try to get some PNP people down Westmoreland to support him. And the one, Delancey and Seabird, will walk up and down with him. Let me just say a brief word to the one, Delancey. I'm not sure about Seabird. Seabird, me you come from too far and we know too much things and we do too much things. So, I'm going to allow you. Right? I'm going to allow you for you and Luther to work out on the problem. But you see you, Delancey, you know it's a different matter. You, Dan Reed Delancey, I walk around with Dayton Campbell. Let me remind you of something, Dan Reed Delancey. When you got the seat to run the Betheltown division, you think you get it because you were first choice. Norman Buchanan didn't want you to be the candidate. Dan Reed Delancey. Let me remind you that Norman Buchanan never wanted you to be the candidate. Norman Buchanan wanted this little youth, Jesus have mercy. One little youth, where come from again, man? Jesus, a place in my head. Can't remember it. One little youth that Dan Reed Delancey wanted to run. Not you. It was Luther Buchanan who went to Norman and tell Norman, say, make we use you. You're young and you're fit and rare, blah, blah. Luther was the one who made that case to Norman for you, Dan Reed Delancey. And don't ever forget that people of Betheltown never know you and never like you. It's me, Danny Buck Maureen, who were put in charge of you. To introduce you to the people of Betheltown. We walk with you day and night. You couldn't go out unless me with you. You're afraid to go out unless me with you. You wait for me. And 1 and 2 times you take a chance and go somewhere before me come. You have to sit up there and wait till me reach up there. Then I chat to you until them see me. Ask Eugene Kelly and Maureen Weber. And you little piece of shit self come and walk man on behind Dayton Campbell because you and Luther have some little issue. We don't have no loyalty. 1, 2, no. We don't have no loyalty to nothing. You walk man on behind Dayton Campbell. Are you a pedophile, Dan Reed Delancey? Are you a pedophile? Are you into underage girls or boys? Answer the question, Delancey. You walk man on with Dayton Campbell. You need to make it right with you and Luther. Because Luther make you have that seat. Norman did not want to. Norman wanted the little youth. I remember which youth come from. Sharon Woodstock, can you find out from Luther one of people there which way the little youth come from? One little youth, the one little community, bright youth, just graduate. And him Norman a groom for come take over Betheltown and Luther go in there, go sit down and ball and make the case for you, Dan Reed Delancey. And you walk up and down with pedophile Dayton Campbell against Luther. You know, so somebody if you really see him box you down. No, it's not Leamington. See, down a Leamington. That's Luther old division. Somebody need to box you down, Dan Reed. Seriously. I was the one to introduce you to the voters and make them turn out for you. And when them turn up on election day, Them say, you know, say that woman and me I vote for you. I choose that woman and me I vote for you. Hey, you know see the brown woman? Mikey Peart go up there. For go talk to them. And them run Mikey Peart and say, we not say nothing to nobody who wants to see the brown woman. You piece of crap. You walk up and down behind Dayton Campbell. Like he's a damn blasted pedophile. You can't chat to PNP people them because you don't have no control over PNP. You can't do nothing to Philip Paulwell. You can't do nothing to Lisa Anna. Lisa Anna bigger than you, higher than you, way above you. And when the diaspora, Anika, I'm glad you come. When the diaspora want somebody to come to them function, somebody to put a name to put on them poster and on them card to say this person coming to the function, and them get to sell enough ticket and pack the place. They're going to call Angela Brown-Burke because she is the spokesperson for foreign affairs, and they're going to ask her for Raymond Price number and Lisa Anna number. They're going to ask her with them there. They're going to before and say, can you get Lisa for us? Do you know we can get in touch with Lisa? That's the only conversation I'm going to have with you, Lisa, Angela Brown-Burke. Because you're frefre. You're frefre. They're nappy head, they're knock teeth, you're $10 close them. You're frefre. So all of this negativity surrounding the PMP, Mark Jolyan, who received the first phone call about Melissa Silvera's death, who announced to the country and the world that Melissa Silvera died peacefully in her sleep. We want to know where you know, Mark. What time did you get that call? Why you remove it off your page? Because you tell me, say Melissa dead. I want to know. How you know? Who tell you? We're not a mango. I want to tell a lie on the mango. She said, well, she has to leave her. She don't do a thing. She tried back up her friend. Because him calling all them crew, Silvera, calling all them crew so them can come back him up. So him can get to lean for everybody's shoulder. Only the same woman, the one that drop her in her car for much months now, and Melissa find out about she. And Melissa wanted a divorce. And now give him her parents' land. Don't you see him? Huh? And him cold-bloodedly killed the woman, Mark Jolyan, Chief of Security, Silvera. I'm going to close off with two little things. Two small things. The local government elections is imminent. Imminent. I don't know what of them. One of them. And I'm saying to the PMP voters out there, who work so hard to deny them control of the PMP, who working hard to deny them it. I want to big up the PMP delegates, the PMP voters, the PMP workers. We are denying them the control of the PMP, which they don't have. So every waking moment them spend is to try to control the PMP. Every time they make a move, it's still trying to control the PMP. Them trying to control the PMP for years now. They are being unsuccessful. And that's because of you. I want to say this to you. When this local government elections is announced, go and vote for the candidates that you choose. The ones that you approve of. The ones that you have a say in. And say that I want them, but them tell you, say, at them are the candidate, I want to love it up, especially that damn buffoon, though, when name Simpson. Huh? You see them one there? Don't vote for them. When just don't vote for them, we not give them an obligation. When you don't have to vote for them, when you don't have to go vote for them, when you don't have to work for them. Make them go find workers. Make them go find them own workers, make them go find them own voters, because them don't control you. They control nothing. I'm just sorry it took me so long for really see it. Them doing charge and nothing, them to control nothing. Because them can't run no rings round, you know. Everywhere them going to push right back. And so on I said, the people of Eastern Westmoreland want back Luther. And Dayton Campbell will never see the inside of King Charles III Parliament again. Neither him nor Bunting. Ever. I'll have to be dead. Because I'm telling you that the country needs to know that these are the president's men and women. Now, who tell me, who really believe that Jamaican people might get up and go vote for these people? Who have a next thing coming? Who have a next thing coming? how they actually don't understand how the voters of this country operate. They do have short memories. They are up in arms against Mr. Holness. The same young man to go be a raise help on him, and Mr. Holness keep believing that security and people can keep them window open is them issue. Them issue is not that. Them issue is the price of food. The price of food. It's wicked and it's cruel and it's worldwide. And the government not doing a very good job of explaining that. Neither will the opposition. There is no vision coming from Mark Jolyan with this what's it that we just put together. I don't know. We can listen to Natalie and Denise. We can listen to Paul well. And Lisa Anna can go out and chat anything she want, anywhere she want. And any boy or any girl will raise them voice of Lisa Anna or Raymond Price. I go find out how this thing go. Side chick Nick in charge of the communications. Which means that everybody have to take whatever she give them and go repeat it. I mean, I think she can't get away with that with Daz. Because Femi go bigger than him head. So I mean, I think she can't get away with that. But not only can chat to Lisa Anna, and not only can chat to Raymond Price. Because Lisa Anna has been the being of our existence. We can't get rid of PNP. And we will not be successful of getting rid of her out of PNP. And you, thieving, liar, ugly Lydia, are coming for you. The people of Benson that are no waiting, are coming. Are coming. So send them that. Gonna run with that ugly thieving wretch. So, keep up your performance, Mark Jolyan. Because this local government elections is going to teach you a hard lesson. A very hard lesson. And you will never recover from it. Ever. Again. Michelle said I must always look at the comments and whatever. Well, I know who she be, Anika. Because she can always, them can always, independent, them can always be in a WhatsApp group and rub them out. Come them for come out here, so. Out here, so them for come. Because a war we are run. This is not church. This is a war. And we'll do whatever it takes. We will do whatever it takes. We'll use all the ammunition at our disposal to fight this war. Which is why I can't answer the question as to whether I'm a good person or not. Because I don't know. So that is that. So comrades, I was hoping to do this on the YouTube thing. But the technology got the better of me. I'm hoping that I get somebody to help me work it out so I can actually do it. For all of you who have subscribed on my channel, I thank you very much. God bless you all for that. Please continue to share and like. I'm going to put the live on YouTube for you to like. And continue to subscribe. Lots of people sending me a lot of messages, asking me a lot of questions which I will eventually answer. There are some things that I have not addressed tonight that I'm sure I will address in a voice note soon. After my birthday, I will do that, and then I will answer some of the questions as well. Somebody had said also that I must set up a thing where, more than one person said I must set up a thing where people can call in. Now that is a nice thing, but I want to tell you about me, Karen Cecilia Cross. It's one phone I have. And this phone number, I've had it since Digital came to Jamaica. I have no intention of having another phone. And to do that requires you having another phone. I think it just crosses and pure trouble to have two phones. I am already thinking that I really shouldn't even have one, much as two. So I'm sorry I can't do that thing about calling in. Maybe sometime in the future, distant future. But please join same way. Keep your questions coming to me. You can always send me and WhatsApp them. I am very confidential. If you tell me something is confidential, I keep it like that. So what I do. Thank you for joining me. I want to wish all of you a very, very happy New Year. A very, very happy 2024. And I pray that God will continue to bless you all. Bless your families and bless your children in school. I pray for the students in our school. Let us all pray for them. Let us pray for our schools. Let us pray for our teachers because, boy, them face it. God bless you all. Please stay safe and do keep the children safe. Thank you. Good night.